One of the very interesting things about Scrum is that it's been designed to scale to very large projects. We have very high performance teams that are globally distributed teams on multiple continents. Now, in order to get that scalability, we found that the teams absolutely need to be small, 7 plus or minus 2. If we go higher than that number for a team, we run into what's called Brooks' Law. Fred Brooks, who ran the IBM 360 operating system project, wrote a famous book called The Mythical Man Month. And in there he said, as the teams get bigger in size, the productivity of each team member goes down. In fact, it can be so bad that when you add more people to a big project, it actually makes it take longer instead of less time. So to avoid that problem, we keep the teams really small. Now that means, what if you have a project like Siemens has for their medical system that has 220 teams, and they're in many different countries? Well, then you're going to have to set up subsets of those teams, and we create what we call a Scrum of Scrum. It's a virtual team that has no more than 7 plus or minus 2 teams that works together to create a part of that system that's usable by all the other teams. And so using that virtual team of the Scrum of Scrums provides a scalability capability so that Scrum of Scrums just looks like one team to a higher level Scrum of Scrums. And so we can grow a network of teams that way. The fascinating thing about this is that a very senior architect at IBM, who works for the president of IBM, told me recently that Scrum has solved what they call at IBM the cache coherency problem. And that is, as they build highly parallel supercomputers with many different processors, each processor has its own memory. If all the processors are working on one problem, how does the memory in one processor know what's in the memory of all the other processors? Okay? And he said, that's exactly what you're solving with Scrum and the Scrum of Scrums. And we think we need to use that to build the supercomputers. So the Scrum of Scrum is a very useful concept for people and for hardware, it turns out.